Right, welcome back to the Gauge,
Welcome back to the Gauge. Hey, Dan.
episode 18. Hi, Carla.
Hi. Episode 18. It's been a while since we've done one of these. So we're
Yeah, it's been
coming,
a it's been a hot minute.
it's been a hot minute. So we're doing just a quick update. And what we've been busy working on is lots of really cool things for our Cyber Monday sale. So that is in full swing now. And we're real excited about it and plan on resuming our live episodes in the coming weeks.
Yeah, there's just been a lot going on lately, um,
So much.
and with fall basically here, and now it gets dark at
Here.
I don't know what seems like it's 4 o'clock. It's dark already, and
Mhm.
and then it's
Well,
basically
that's like
bedtime.
we're not quite there yet. I think you're jumping ahead to
Okay, well 5 o'clock. Okay, 5:30.
yeah, it's not like December yet, but yeah, it is getting I really like it. I was telling everyone at work the other day that I really like it because now when I go to bed at 8:30, it's dark and that feels a lot better than going to bed when it's light outside because that makes
Right,
me feel
right.
like an old lady. All right. So we kind of briefly touched on it, but Cyber Monday is happening now for HomeGauge. We're running our Cyber Monday sale for 23 days because it is the year 2023 and until November 28th, because this started on the 6th. So until November 28th, you will find our most popular products and services at, guess what? A 23% discount.
23s across the board.
23s across the board. We kept it simple. And I'm sure everyone's very glad that this is not the year 2001,
Yeah, let's not go back there.
because that
Let's
would
not
just
go
be
back to
1%. And that's not. So, anyway, we thought that this would be a good time to talk about the slower season for most inspectors and markets and why it is the best season for investing in your inspection business. When you're slower and have time to focus on your business, it's the best time to do the productive things that you don't have time for when you are busy all the time booking inspections and performing inspections and writing reports.
Yeah, all of the things that you wish that you could be doing for your business, but you just don't have the time, or you don't have the marketing person or the admin person to help you out. Or maybe you do, but there's just a lot of other things for the business that kind of gets put on the back burner when you're in the busy season. So
Yes.
now's a great time to look at those things that might have been put on the back burner.
Right. So we like to embrace the slow season on your behalf for a great opportunity to, be productive and spend some time working on your business. So we're just going to cover a few points here. This, for us, for Dan and I, like on the web team, this tends to be our busiest time. And it's because it's slower for a lot of inspectors, and so they start looking at their website for the first time in 8 months and start looking at what can I be doing, and they start getting emails from people saying we'll make you number one on Google, and then contacting us like, hey, can you do that? The answer is no. If they're finding you on Google, you're actually doing pretty good, right? So if they're contacting you, it's because they found your site. So we've said this before, but if it sounds too good to be true, it is. So anyway, this is when the web team ends up kind of fielding the most questions and giving out, I would say, like the most advice on how you can like refresh your site, or like what are things you can do. And we've had these conversations for years now, and so we've learned a bit from talking to thousands of inspectors over the years, like people who do maximize their downtime and what they're doing. And so we're here to bring all of that love to you guys.
Yeah, there's this a lot of different things that, during this time inspectors will come to us and be like, okay, what what things can we be doing differently for like the website and for their marketing? And now's the time when inspectors start thinking about the different services that they want to start offering, or if they decide that, you know what, maybe I don't want to offer this sewer scopes. And so they'll email in or call us and let us know that they want to take that off of their website, or that they want to add termite inspections for the new year. So these are all things that inspectors start looking at during this slow season.
Talk a little bit first about websites, first of all. So Dan mentioned, sometimes people want to take services off their site. Sometimes they've added services and have not updated their site. So they have services that they began offering, and because they were too busy to call in and have us add them to their site, those are some updates that they might need to make as well. So I think to start kind of at the basics, a good question, first question to ask is if your website is more than a few years old. If so, this is a great time to invest in a new website. A modern website has to be responsive, easy to navigate, quick to load, and offer a seamless experience for the user. We have some people in SEO with us who have been a HomeGauge built website, and they've been in SEO with us for upwards of 5 years. And some of those people are on their second and third websites with us. So it is important. And, we hear a lot, well, there's nothing wrong with my site. And we're like, but is that really true? Like, because your site probably could be doing better. The reason that we recommend a fresh install of WordPress is you always want the foundation of your site, much like the foundation of a home, right? To be secure and to be like the best built. So as technology changes and things are updated, like at some point, it's like you can only like patch up an old site so much, right? And it's better to just like start over. So by doing that, you're going to improve your SEO simply by having a site that's going to be faster, that will be responsive, that is going to have, great calls to action, that's going to be what Google is expecting for a user experience. And as a local service-based business, your website is both your storefront and your strongest marketing tool. It's a great time to not only build a new site, but also if you're not doing search engine optimization or SEO, now is a great time to get going on that, so that you're fresh and ready to go when business picks up. If you're not doing it, I can promise you one or more of your competitors are. So it's pretty necessary to stay, current so that you stand out. Cyber Monday deals down there, that little banner, Dan. So HomeGauge, we do build websites for inspectors, whether you use HomeGauge or not. And we do also do SEO on the websites. Google recently, and like in the past month or two and through the end of the year, are rolling out some new algorithms that are focused on user friendliness and quality content, which we are thrilled about because that has always been the foundation of our SEO program. So our websites are built to get people on there, get people to stay, and get people to contact you. That's the funnel that we want, is getting people to your site, and people stay on your site when it's usable and when there's quality content. And when you are turning out quality content and you're sharing it, you're driving more traffic to your site. So whether you use HomeGauge or not, you can, as software, you can get a website with HomeGauge, and there are some really, really great deals at that if you go to homegauge.com, and there's a banner for Cyber
Yep,
Monday.
and there's just a little banner, little Cyber Monday banner at the top of homegauge.com.
Yep.
Click to access those deals.
Yep. So certainly check it out. If you are a HomeGauge customer and you have a website with us, but it's older, like no time like the present to get a great deal on a sweet website so that you are ready to go when things pick up, and you have the time right now to spend, working on that and seeing what something's going to look like when things pick up. But we do build our sites in WordPress, and we wanted to touch on this just briefly and why it's important. Dan, would you like to share with the class why a WordPress website is preferable to?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I went to the InterNACHI conference just here, last month, Um,
October.
yeah, in October.
Yep.
A lot of the questions I got asked is, which platform do we build our websites on? And to answer that, we build our websites on WordPress. And the reason being is that WordPress has been around forever. So we build all of our websites on WordPress. And the reason this is because over 810 million websites are built on WordPress. So it's tried and true. And this number represents 43% of all websites on the internet. So that's the biggest reason that we trust WordPress to build websites, and we are able to make them optimized for SEO purposes, and all of these things, of course, makes Google happy, especially with all of these core updates that Google has been doing just recently.
Mhm.
And so that's like the biggest reason. And while I was at the InterNACHI conference, the biggest question was, what platform do we use? Because there are a few different, I mean, there's a lot of different platforms you could build
Like
a
Wix
website
and
with.
Weebly, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Wix, Weebly.
The
uh,
DIY website builders.
yeah, I mean, you could get like a DIY website through like GoDaddy, places like that. And, those websites, those website builders will only get you so far. And so
It's
it's
like a starter kit.
yeah, it's like a starter kit, absolutely. But for anyone that is serious about their business and serious about being online with their business, get yourself a website and build it on the WordPress platform.
It's like, okay, so my analogies, which I know we love, right? So a Wix or a Weebly is like having a scooter. Like it'll get you to your destination, but is that going to long term serve you, right? You're probably at some point you're going to want an actual vehicle. How's that for an
Yeah,
analogy?
I love that. I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So right out of the box, though, WordPress sites, the way that they're built, are going to be more search engine friendly, even if we did nothing on the back end to them. Just the fact that it's a WordPress website is automatically like, okay, good, because it's trusted, it's secure, and you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
Like a Honda?
Like a Honda?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I have a Volkswagen. But anyway, think of just a trusty or a Toyota, like a Ford truck.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Ford haters out there too. So,
Well, okay. So
but
whatever trusty vehicle you love, consider a WordPress website is that trusty vehicle.
exactly.
And do you want that, or do you want to ride a scooter for the rest of your life?
No, I don't want to ride a scooter for the rest of my life.
Another thing that you can do when you have a little more time on your hands is explore new technology. Are you happy with your report writing software? Does it offer the tools that you need? Do you get the support that you expect? Are you able to reach a real live person and get great world-class support? Do you have the tools like scheduling, payments, reminder emails? Basically, does your software company offer you everything that you need to write reports and to run your business and all from one place? If not, maybe check out one that does. Look for a better option. Maybe there isn't one. Maybe you're happy exactly where you are. But this time of year in particular is a really great time to start looking because you will obviously need some downtime to learn a new report writing software, and this is a great time to do it. Obviously, we work for HomeGauge, and so I have to mention that and I'm really actually excited to mention that we have one of the best deals this year for new inspectors coming to HomeGauge, and it is our Cyber Monday sale. You can try us for basically like risk free. So we're offering 5 free months of our report writer.
Say that
And
one more time. 5 free months.
5 free months of our web report writer for free. So you really have nothing to lose. You begin paying in month 6, but that's 5 months, and you get started now and you can hit the ground running pretty easily. So, look for other deals. I'm pitching HomeGauge, obviously, but our plenty of other deals, and you need to, but ours is going to be the best. But check it out. Like what tools are you using? What tools do you want to use? What kind of support do you expect? Is your company stable? Is it secure? I mean, we've been around forever, and the people who our support team is US based. We're available, and certainly, love working and bringing on new inspectors and working with all of you guys. So, try new technology. Another thing that you can do when business is down is to give some love to your social media channels and your marketing efforts. So, social media, is necessary. We understand not everyone loves it like we do, but it is necessary. It's kind of like, you have to have a website to be in business, and you really need to have social media channels to help support that website and your business. People want to know who you are. They want to see you sharing information, stuff that can help make you an expert in your field. This is a great time of year to, take some courses, refresh your page, your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page or your TikTok page or is that a page? Is a TikTok a page, Dan? Is a
It's
channel,
more like a profile
like
account,
a
but
channel or your profile.
yeah.
Yeah, revisit your profiles, make sure your contact information is accurate on there. Is your picture from 12 years ago, or is it, recent? Is it an old logo or is it a new logo? So it's a great time just to do a basic refresh and touch base on all of your social channels to make sure that they reflect your current brand and your current company information. Also a great time to set up a social calendar, figure out blogging regularly so that you can share links to those blogs on your social channels. And that is about where I stop talking about socials and turn this over to Dan, because this is Dan's favorite.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I'll say with socials is that, during the slow months, a lot of inspectors will come to us and be like, well, so should I just start paying for Google ads and all of this? And we typically say, don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Stick to making sure that you're first off having blogs on your website and blogging regularly, but more importantly, get those socials started if you haven't started them. If you haven't been on any of the social platforms, maybe you started a social platform like you started an Instagram, but you really haven't posted that much on it on Instagram. Take the time right now to really dive into Instagram or TikTok or any of those other ones. I'm going to be pushing. I push TikTok and Instagram because those are the two big ones as far as being able to get the most reach. I went to the Internachi conference and Inspector AJ was there and he did this entire conference speech on TikTok. And he's got 4.2 million followers on TikTok. And I know people love to hate on TikTok, but he was talking in his little speech about how he's had celebrities that are hiring him now and they fly him out to go do inspections on their house. And
That's
so
crazy.
he's getting written up in like Washington Post and New York Times and all those different publications.
Mhm.
And it's just helped his business, you know, go so much further than what it would have before. But you don't need to be Inspector AJ. You just need to get
But you
started
could
on any
be,
of those.
with
You could be,
with the right effort.
absolutely.
I
You
want to,
definitely could be.
yeah.
But you
And
don't have to do it. You don't have to do it every single day either. But just try to be consistent with it. And the biggest thing that I always tell inspectors and like Inspector AJ was saying is like people want to purchase from other people,
right.
right? So be personable. Be personable on your platforms. Be a human being. When you're just shelling out money for Google ads, that's one thing that's one strategy, but we definitely don't recommend doing that. But getting personable on your social platforms and showing your potential customers that you're a human and this is your expertise and this is your skill set, and yeah, and you'll see the benefits of that,
Right.
guaranteed.
People want to hire people. And, the thing with paid traffic is that people who are searching have become so like, um, I can't even remember the statistic I was reading about, but the percentage of people who now skip below all the ads because, it shows as like ad, 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 ad. And users know that they're like someone's paid and cultivated a campaign to get that placement. And they want to scroll down and see who's appearing organically, which is the SEO work that HomeGauge does, builds organic traffic, because that is like, it's the best kind. I mean, it's the only kind that really matters. So while Google Ads can artificially, pump up your traffic while you're using it, or not artificially, it actually does. It might earn you some more clicks while you're using it. Once you stop using it, you'll just end up wherever you were organically anyway, and then you have to start over. So we just skip a step. We start with the good stuff first. And another thing to mention too is that social media is free. It only requires your attention. You can throw some money towards, to boost some posts on Facebook or run some ads if you're running a special for your inspection company, but that's all optional. You don't have to spend anything, and you can still cultivate a following and, grow awareness of your brand and your company. All right. So we've talked about socials. Want to talk about some other marketing efforts and stuff that you can do. And this includes talking about other services that you can offer. And like, for instance, for right now, can you do energy audits when people are, for them to winterize their homes? Indoor air quality testing because you're not opening your windows as much when it's cooler outside. So we talk often with inspectors who fill in the gaps between being busy, busy season and the kind of slower season. How do they fill in the gaps? So what we hear is people being creative by really, first of all, having a strong social network, right, where they can promote these other things so where they're marketing these services that they can offer outside of the real estate transaction process. So this is winterization, energy audit, indoor air quality testing, home maintenance inspections. Like, now's a great time to do that too. Like, what do you need? What do you need to budget for in the coming year? Those are all great things that you can do. And people have been really successful kind of doing that as getting that as extra revenue, both in the off season and also during the on season, because you can, certainly charge for all of these. Obviously, you will charge for all of these. Another thing to think about is, aside from the seasonal stuff like that, is like January, for instance, is not National Radon Action Month. So start marketing in December to your customers for radon tests and offer a percentage off for people who book in the month of January. So we have a ton of inspectors too in Florida. Think about, offering wind mitt inspections and offer discounts, deals for those in the months before the hurricane season starts. There's just so many different things that you can do when you're looking at the seasonality of inspections and how you can offer services for homeowners that, will down the road save them money. So that kind of touches on to new certifications. So radon testing, mold testing, energy audits, all of this stuff will provide revenue for you year round outside of real estate transactions.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, the average homeowner, they don't know about all of these different inspections that they could get throughout their lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And they just think the one home inspection and that's it. So making them aware that you can also do these other inspections down the line, maybe 6 months later or a year later or whatnot, just making them aware that you have these other services, and during the slow time, really pushing those other services and promoting those on your socials. Having this, going back to the socials again, it's a good way to, like, anytime you do just your normal home inspection, right?
Mm-hmm.
You exchange social medias with your customer, and you can be able to promote again to that same customer that you've already dealt with. So one, they already know who you are. They already know that you're an amazing home inspector. But now you can be like, okay, well, I also offer these other specialty inspections. And then so maybe 3 months down the line, you can reconnect with those same customers that you've already dealt with. And so
Right.
that's another great thing about, making sure that you're getting there. Either, you could also send out newsletters and things like that, but
Mhm.
it's also a thing that you can do with social media.
And I think the thing that we talk about a lot is, shifting the mindset of it being a one-time thing with a home buyer. We know the market's awful right now. I mean, we know that. We're a home inspection software company and we work with thousands of home inspectors. The market is awful right now, but making the shift of seeing that as a one-time transaction with a buyer, shift your mindset to being a resource for the homeowner. There are many things that you can offer to people that you've already helped. And not only, will they refer to other homeowners, there's plenty of opportunity out there if you're creative and you're able to shift your mindset and listen to what we're saying. If you learn new tools, you can charge more for your services. And things like a thermal imaging camera, which all of this like puzzles back into each other, right? So that's going to help you with energy audits, right? A thermal imaging camera. You can detect water damage, you can detect electrical hotspots, you can see where insulation is failing and where that, things that, unseeable dangers within a home or things that could potentially cost you a lot of money or like put your family at risk. You can charge more for inspections when you have a thermal imaging camera, or if you have a drone where you can take, aerial pictures of a property, or you can get hard to reach areas and then share these videos with your customers. So this is a great time to invest in those tools, learn how to use them, become certified in these additional services that you can also charge for as add-ons to main home inspections, but then again also as standalone services. If you offer radon testing, mold testing, and UDOs, termite inspections, wood destroying insect inspections, you could wrap all those up into, like healthy home inspection, right? And charge a lot of money for it and offer each of these testing services. So there's just a lot of different opportunities, and a solid website, a solid social media presence, and a solid marketing plan will help give you the audience to further market what it is that you're doing and give you more revenue year round.
Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. We've covered a lot of information, a lot of great tidbits and advice for these slower months. But to wrap things up again, we are having our Cyber Monday deals for 23 days. Visit homegauge.com and there's a little banner at the top of the site with access to all of our Cyber Monday deals. There's a
For
lot.
new and existing inspectors,
Yeah, for both new and existing inspectors.
of course.
You don't have to use the HomeGauge software to have a website with us. We can still build you a website, but of course, we would love it if you did use HomeGauge. But there's a lot of different options for just about anybody.
Yep. So certainly check out our Cyber Monday deals for new and existing inspectors. Customers know because they wait until November to re-up on all of their stuff and buy websites. So we're sharing the love with new inspectors and existing inspectors. So yeah, we would love to help you with a new site, whether you use HomeGauge or not. We do have people that get sites from us. They don't use HomeGauge and then they love their site and end up using HomeGauge. So that might happen to you. Just fair warning.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for
Thanks so
joining
much.
us. We'll see you in the next episode.
Yep. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.